Well, Katie Blackburn made some comments that have gone viral. She said the Bengals could, quote, go wherever we wanted after this year. Ben, you were in that room. You were part of that conversation. If you could add some context, some details there, did you perceive that as much of a threat as it might feel when reading that quote?
Now, Caleb, first, not as much a room as it was a courtyard there at the Breakers in Palm Beach. And Katie's comments were in response to a question about how the options would look on their lease, because the Bengals, they have until June to pick up the first of 5 2-year rolling options that indicate their desire to at least short term stay at Paycor Stadium until they get a longer thing resolved. And the way that it was described to me, or the way that I felt it when speaking to Katie with other reporters, it didn't come across as a threat. It came across as one of the options available to them. But most importantly, the biggest thing in that 30-minute sit down we had with the Bengals executive vice president is they wanted to work through things currently with Hamilton County. Katie made it a point to say that she loved the current location, and that while they would like a little bit more urgency from Hamilton County has also expressed that they would like to get something done as well. So it's almost like a contract negotiation with a player in both sides trying to get this thing hashed out in order to get a win-win for both parties.
Okay, one topic of discussion has been Trey Hendrickson and his contract negotiations, and it certainly appears that there is a lack of communication to some degree between the two sides. Does that concern you as much as it has clearly concerned some fans out there?
Yeah, I think the go-to phrase when I asked Zach Taylor about that at owners' meetings, he said it's been a patient process, and he reiterated that in a way that Zach Taylor lets you know this might take a little bit. And Katie made it a point as well, and that, when I asked her, is there space to pay the wide receivers and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and also bring back Trey Hendrickson, she said that, there are certain rates that everybody might be happy at, and at some point it's going to be up to Trey to be happy. But she also went out of her way to make sure that they valued Trey a lot. And I think they both want him to be in the building. It's just a matter of, can they find that right middle ground? I know that Trey's looking for a long-term deal. That's been the case since not only the beginning of this offseason, but going back to multiple off seasons. Can they find that middle ground? I think that remains to be seen, but the Bengals definitely want to work through it and hope to have Hendrickson on the roster this year, as he's still under contract for another season.